I've been beachcombing today, and with a bit of success I found some quite nice pieces of wood. I tend to turn them into picture frames, benches, tables, things like that. So I've had a cool day beachcombing, but now we're going to the... So here we have a couple of Plymouth Sound mackerel. Caught them the other day with feathers, you know, but I brought them, they're still frozen. So the best way to defrost them is just going to be to take them down to the sea and give them a little rinse in the warm water there, because it's probably about 16 degrees, that water. So I'm going to go and do that, defrost them. So there we have it, mostly washed, defrosted mackerel. Still a little bit frozen in the middle, but now I'm going to light a fire over here in this little pit I've made, just in there, and then I'm going to cook them with some samphire. That will be growing up there on these cliffs, so I'll just go and collect that now. This is the stuff here we're after. It's not in the best condition because it's gone to seed, so obviously a lot of the energy has come out of the foliage into the flowers here to make the seed. But there's still some nice bits. If I go in there and collect a few bits off there, you just want the leaves. It's a bit late in the season really, but sort of springtime is the best when you get these nice lovely lush green bits. But there ain't no mackerel in the spring. And you can do it with bass as well. If you come out here bass fishing, you catch a bass, do the same technique. So I'm just going to collect a handful of this stuff and then show you what to do with it, because it's gorgeous. So there's a samphire. Basically all you do, open up the cavities there, stuff the samphire in, wrap it in tin foil and bung it on the fire, which doesn't exist yet, so I'm going to make a fire. Now I quite like doing things sort of traditional ways, because they're useful when you're out, when there's no paper or plastic. I mean, you can use plastic to start a fire, it's a real good accelerant, but to me it's cheap and there'll be times when you haven't got it. So I'm going to use this and make it into feather sticks. And I've got another bit there, and I'll have a bash at these and make some feather sticks, because I reckon it's the best way to get a fire going. Alright, so there we go. I've just sat here and used my knife, carved into this bit of pine and created a bunch of these shavings and just bang them on there, and get a lighter or a match and just chuck a match to it and it'll go up. I've got a bunch of other sticks kicking about, so when it does catch I'll just chuck some more sticks on. Like there's some thin ones there, so I'll bung those on top of there, and away we go. I can't hold the camera and show you how to light it, but I'll put the camera back on in a moment. So there we go. I've just struck my lighter on it. Should have done it a bit more underneath because I bloody lit it on top. So that could be a little bit of an issue. But hopefully there's enough thin material there just to keep it ticking over. I think in the future I'm going to keep some by the side, just to keep them adding them on top. Didn't think of it really, but there, that's going now. Get a couple of these big bits on here. Away we go. So that, to me, if you haven't got paper or plastic or whatever, just get a nice dry bit of pine, make feather sticks out of it, or just shavings really. I'll just do these shavings. You can do like proper feather sticks like Rainier does them. But I just takes me about, I don't know, 30 seconds to smash into that and create a load of shavings and just use that. Just as easy, don't want to waste energy. So there's my mackerel. Get your samphire, sort of stuff it in there as best you can. Trying to do this with one hand. Roll her up. And wow, here's one I prepared earlier. Now all I have to do, wait for the fire to burn down a bit and chuck it in the embers. I'll leave it about, I don't know, 15 minutes until it's piping hot. So there we go, fire's down to a nice little glow. Chuck a couple of parcels on. Hopefully it's not too hot and I'll melt them. This is bloody aluminium foil. Can end up melting the aluminium foil. But we'll see. Yeah, it should be alright. Another thing about this beechwood is the embers don't stay hot for very long. So you want to get them on sooner rather than later because the embers soon die out. So yeah, give it 10-15 minutes, they'll be absolutely fabulous. While dinner's cooking, Derek, tell him a story. Alright Trish, I will. I'll tell you about my rich tea biscuit the other day. I couldn't believe it. I dunked it in for the obligatory 2 seconds. You know what happened? Craziest things happened to me. It snapped off and sunk. It sunk in my tea. There I was, having a cup of PG tips. My rich tea's just sunk to the bottom. I couldn't believe it, I was mortified. Well, not Trish? Yes, Derek. I reckon these guys will be done now. So I'm going to whip them out of the fire and open them up for the big reveal. So there we have it. I bought some plastic cutlery which I'll take to work with me. And that is the business. Yeah, that samphire is good. It's like zesty. Bit lemony. I'm going to chuck some lemon juice on there. Oh, it's a little bit burnt as well. It's really nice. Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. I recommend you try it. If you ever catch a mackerel, find some samphire. You can do it at home in the oven, but it don't taste the same. Yeah, that's really good. Right on. Bone. The second one turned out a bit better. I've taken the spines out there, they just pull out. Now there's no bone in there at all. Just get hold of that. Oh yeah. That is A1.